What's it like being married to a Jamaican? Hi, I'm Xavier Murphy, founder of Jamaicans.com. And today in Jamaicans to the World, I talk to Daniel, who is from Venezuela, and Britney, who is from Jamaica. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hey, good
Hi,
morning.
doing good.
Good, good. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So let's jump right into it. Tell us a little bit about your backgrounds and how you grew up.
You want to go
No,
first?
you go first.
I'll go first then. Well, I'm from the Andes region of Venezuela. I was actually born in Florida, but I grew up over there with my mom and my maternal grandparents, who my grandfather was a farmer. All my uncles became farmers, so I had a very country type of lifestyle. And yeah, that was basically how we grew up, going to the farms, going to the beaches.
Okay. Well, and you said there's an island off the. Is it an island or you? I mean,
Oh,
you said Venezuela and
it's the
the
Andes
region.
region in the mountains.
Oh, it's in the okay. It's in the mountains. Okay, all
Mhm.
He's a country boy.
right. So, Britt, tell us a little bit about your background and how you grew up.
Um, well, I was born in Kingston, in Norbrook, and yeah, just a regular Kingstonian. And then eventually we moved to Miami, so more of the same, I guess. I don't know, very regular suburban life, I would say.
I can't hear the they said the Kingstonians have a little accent, so I can't hear the Kingstonian accent. So tell us your love story. How did you both meet? How did the first date? Tell us a little bit about the first date, and then towards the end, I'll come back to that question. What drew you to each other? So if you don't remember, I'll remind you the three things when we go through.
Do you want to tell it or do you want me to tell it?
You can
Well,
tell
well,
it.
here's what happens. Here is what typically happens. The gentleman tells the story, and then the lady
It's like,
basically
huh?
say, "No, no, Gusto, this is not how it works. This is what really happens."
Don't sound
So,
right.
I know you go by Basti. Basti, you go first, and then I know Brit is going to fill
We,
the gaps
I
in.
think the stories will actually match
Yeah,
though.
I'll match up.
Okay,
Yeah, it's very simple.
Um, well, what happened was we both kept running into each other at this one store we both frequented. And for the first many times, we didn't even say anything to each other, but it was like an eye contact
Yeah, so we just
thing.
kept looking at each other and then we would smile.
And it was looks back and forth and smiles back and forth until I wanted to go and talk to her.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And then we
so
spoke, and then
what
We
was
um,
it? No, 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 no. We're not going past. Then we spoke. What was that opening line? I want to know what was what lyrics. Brit, Jamaicans say lyrics. What lyrics him drop on you?
I don't think I said any
I
lyrics like
really don't
that.
think he
It was
did.
pleasantries. It was hello, how are you? Good
Oh,
morning.
oh, wait.
Oh,
I do actually remember. I think one of the first things he asked me was where I was from. And then I said, have a guess, because obviously nobody can guess. And he got it right in the first try because he said, you have an accent. And then I said, yes. And then, I don't know, I guess,
did I say it sounded kind of British?
no, I think you said it. I think he said it sounded kind of,
Caribbean,
I don't
maybe?
know, or Trinidadian or something. I don't
Oh,
know. But then
yeah.
you landed on Jamaica and I was just like,
Nobody guesses that.
wow, that's impressive.
And I hadn't met any Jamaicans before either. I didn't know anything about Jamaica.
Oh wow! You didn't know. Wait. Back up a bit. You didn't know anything about Jamaica to that point.
Not really, only because I'm a football fan, so I had seen some Jamaica games, but I didn't really know much about the country.
All right, all right. So that was the first line, and Brit, you
I was
backed
just
up.
immediately impressed because I said, wow, nobody in my life has ever guessed where I'm from. Like, usually people, I don't know, they say all kinds of different
All
things,
kinds of different
but
things.
I've never gotten anyone saying Jamaica, unless it's a Jamaican.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
So how was that first date? What happened after the first pleasantries? Was it calls and then?
So no, so it was actually we exchanged, I think, Instagrams, and he asked if I wanted to go grab a bubble tea. And then but then it never happened for like a while. And then
You had to
I
hit me
think
back up.
eventually I had to circle back around because I think at the time he might have been dating somebody. So
All right, Brit took control. So you circle back, and what was that first date? Was it still the bubble tea?
so yes, we went for bubble tea. It was short. I don't even know how long because you're going to go play football after.
We just went and got bubble tea, and then we sat in my car or your car,
We sat in the car.
and then we talked for a while.
Yeah.
But then I had to run to football, so we had to cut it short.
But from the first time we spoke, we just I don't know, it was crazy.
We just had such a good chemistry and had
So
so
much
much
in
in common.
common. Yeah. And it was just like
Clicked.
yeah.
It was one of those moments
It
where
was
it just
it was
clicks.
very strange because immediately, like after that conversation, I called one of my friends and I was like, the strangest thing just happened. I just met this guy, and just in this one like little conversation, I'm like, I swore it was like I was talking to myself. I don't know, it was so weird.
Wow, wow, nice, nice. So what's the favorite thing about each other that you like?
You go first.
I go first. Well, I come to realize this about myself, that kind of my type of woman is a strong, determined woman, and that's really what Brit is. And she's also like very strong and fierce to the outside world, but with me, she's very sweet and kind. So I think that's very special.
All right.
For me, it's how caring he is. I think he's just always like putting people and their needs first. I don't know, just so sweet.
All right. So, has the cultural differences played a role um, in the relationship, and kind of how big of a role? I know, and I'm gonna give a plug here. I know there's a IG channel that you all have started to kind of talk about being the Jamzuelan. I think it's called, and the actual handle is Jamzuelan. So if somebody's looking it up on IG, but tell us about these cultural differences, and some of it I've seen on your IG channel,
Um,
and how it played a role. Key thing is how it played a role.
in our relationship, I mean, it hasn't been that big of a shock because the differences we have are not really that big. It's been just more about, like, it's
I
been
think it's
really
been
fun.
fun.
Yeah,
It's been fun more than anything.
just learning about each other's cultures and
Yes.
picking up on these little things. And for example, we're always finding like phrases
Yes.
that translate.
I was just thinking that.
I can't remember which one it was. Oh, so in Spanish for speed hump we say policía acostado, which translates
And then
into
we
the
say
Jamaican
sleeping police.
sleeping policeman.
So it translates the same way.
Yes.
It's weird. So it's always like things like that he'll hear me or my family say, and then he's like, oh wow, no way, like
Yeah,
we
we
use
say
the
that
same
too.
thing, like but in Spanish. I'm like, that's weird. But so I think it's been more fun than anything. I don't think it's been
A clash of any
no,
sort.
I think it meshes very well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So has Brit said, apart from sleeping policeman, has she said anything that you're like, wow, this is like totally kind of out of there, you know? And have you found that same thing for you, Brit? Have you thought, well, obviously,
It's
I don't
hard.
know,
It's different and harder for the other
because
way
he's
because
probably
it
Yeah.
is
talking in
Spanish.
Spanish.
So half the time I'm like, I don't
Don't
know
know
what
what
this man
she's
is
saying.
saying.
The thing is, I use so much of the lingo every day that it's hard to pinpoint one. But
All right, that's fine.
He he's very good with language. So immediately when he met me, I think he just like absorbed it instantly. Like at first, when it was me and my mom, we would say stuff. He would be like, "Oh, like." At first, he didn't understand anything that was going on, and then he picked it up like quick, quick, quick. Yeah, and now he uses like phrases and words all the time.
So we're gonna get to the phrases in a bit. We're gonna talk food. What was your first reaction, Basti, to Jamaican food? And then the same question is I'm gonna ask on your side your reaction to Venezuelan food, Brit. So, but we'll start with Basti.
first impression was, I mean, the first Jamaican food I had was straight from the source, from her mom. So right away, I was like, this is very seasoned, very tasty, and very spicy. That Scotch bonnet don't play.
Do you remember the dish?
What was it? Was it just rice and peas and something?
I don't remember what she made.
I think one of the first things was brown stew chicken.
Brown stew chicken, I think, was the first thing you ever had. Yeah.
And I just fell in love with it. I love Jamaican food.
So your favorite?
My favorite is, I really love fish and I love escovitch, but my favorite is stew peas. That's like uncontested.
Listen, stew peas is that's what curry goat used to be one of my favorites. And I kind of switched during the years, but stew peas is now my top.
I think for me it was like oxtail and stew peas are running a hard race, but now I think as I've gotten older, stew peas is my number one.
So what's your number one Venezuelan dish, Brit? And what was your experience tasting the food?
So surprisingly, like being in Miami, I've been around a lot of like Hispanic food and stuff like that. But surprisingly, I had never really had Venezuelan food before him. So I don't know. In my head, I thought it was going to all be the same, but it's not. So he introduced me to arepas, which is corn. Like they take cornmeal and they like pan fry it into like a round flat. I don't know how you
A
explain
little
it.
disc. It's basically like a pita pocket, but made out of.
It's like a Bami's
cornmeal.
cousin.
Yes, it's similar to bami.
Yeah, but you can cut it open and put stuff in it, so you can make it's like a
A
sandwich.
little sandwich, yes.
Yeah, so I like those. They're very versatile. So we actually do like a mashup. We'll put like Jamaican things like jerk chicken inside of it, or different things.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. But I don't know what my favorite things are.
Well, you do love pabellon.
And I love tequeños.
Tequeños is your number one, I think.
And what is that?
Tequeños is just like a stick of cheese that has dough.
It's wrapped in
It's
dough.
like wrapped with dough and then fried. So it's almost like having like
a pastry mozzarella stick.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Delicious.
So has the Jamaican culture influenced your everyday habits, Basti? And then a flip side, I'll ask that question on the Venezuelan culture for you.
My daily life definitely has been influenced because I'm a very musical person. So my library now is just half Jamaican music. I listen to reggae and dancehall every day. And I also became a tea drinker, which I never was before, and I feel like that's a Jamaican thing.
Tea fixes everything.
Seriously.
Brit, on your side, has the Venezuelan culture influenced you daily? Any habits that you have picked up?
No, not daily, but it similarly like music. I think it just has like broadened my horizon when it comes to music because now I'm listening to all types of music in Spanish that I had never listened to before. Yeah, so I think that's interesting.
Nice, nice. Have you had a funny moment due to your cultural differences where, like, you have said something or did something, or maybe the way you say it and your expression doesn't match, and you're like,
Well, there's this one vegetable, or is it a fruit? Is it a vegetable?
I think it's a vegetable. I think it's a vegetable. Is it a fruit or a vegetable?
I don't know.
The
We'll
world
start
will never
a
know.
whole debate on this, but what is it called?
Chocho. I think we were going to make soup, and then mommy asked me to pick up a chocho, and he was like, "Chocho."
Yeah, chocho is something different in Spanish. We call it chayote, which is, I guess, its original name,
Yeah.
but the Jamaican call it chocho, and that's something else.
yeah, I get it. I've lived in South Florida long enough to know.
Yeah, you know
So,
what I'm talking
so
about.
for the audience, if you don't know, you could Google it. We'll keep
Yeah,
this we'll keep this PG here.
there's a couple of those, but I won't say that one.
All right. Britt, anything that culturally that was funny to you that came up during a marriage here?
I don't think so. I don't think so. It's hard. I think it's hard though because I think like when I'm around his family, they're all speaking Spanish, so I pick up like bits and pieces of what they're saying, but I it's very difficult.
It's not painting a whole picture.
No.
She's gotten really like a lot better at it,
Yes.
but she's still at a like elementary school level
I'm at
Spanish.
I'm at like a toddler Spanish.
All right. Now, is there a slang that, or a word or a saying that you find yourself using now, Basti, Jamaican one that is, and Brit, is there one that you find yourself using, which is from Venezuela?
Um, I use a lot of them in like my daily life, but one of my go-tos is maga and
Maga?
yeah,
Oh,
say skinny.
you started calling bag like scandal
Oh,
bags.
scandal bags. Yeah, I started saying that too. What's another one?
Quite a few. I can't remember.
Shot and tuku tuku. Or something messy. Chaka chaka.
Oh, chaka chaka. So you picked up on any Brit that he uses from Venezuela that you find you're using?
Mm, do I say anything in Spanish?
Mm, nothing particular to Venezuela,
No.
but just general Spanish words that she'll say randomly. Yeah.
Yeah.
She calls the sparkling waters spicy aguas. That's about it.
So the big question uh, for you, Brit, and then we'll go to you, Basti, in a minute. Have you taken Basti to Jamaica?
I did, but it was just a short trip, so we only went to Negril. Yeah, we went to just for like a quick getaway. He loved it.
Is there something that you wanted Basti to experience in Jamaica, and did he get to experience it?
uh Food, but I think I have to take him to like town. I have to take him to Kingston to really get like the full picture. It's not the same like when you go to the country, you know? So, but we plan on doing that maybe in May.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. And And Basti, on your side, have you taken Brit to Venezuela?
Not yet.
I haven't had a chance, but it is in the plans, and hopefully we can do that next year. Go see my hometown.
All right. Is there an experience in Venezuela that you want Brit to have when she gets there?
Well, I want her to experience the people because I feel like we at home are just very unique people, very caring and fun and cheerful. But also, we have this ongoing debate that she says the best beaches in the Caribbean are in the Caribbean islands only. But Venezuela has the largest Caribbean coastline of any country, and we have beautiful beaches. So I want her to see that firsthand and then make up her mind.
All right. So it's a competition between beaches here.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's a close race. People think it's not close, but I think it is.
So how has your families, kind of adjusted to these cultural differences? I know holidays are times when, families get together. How has it worked out? How have you blended the culture during these holidays and during that time?
It's kind of early in the game because we haven't really had a joint holiday
Because
yet.
his family is back in Miami.
Yeah, and now we're
and
up
then
here
now
in
we're
Georgia.
in Georgia. So my family is here. So we've had like a couple of times where the families have gone together, but unfortunately, only his mom and like one of his aunts speak English.
Mhm.
So it's kind of difficult. Like, I think both sides appreciate each other's culture, but it's hard to communicate. So
If they can't communicate, it's hard for them to partake in each
Correct.
other's things.
Yes,
But
that I think
hopefully
is
further in the
tough.
future we
Right.
can get together and actually experience things
Yes,
together.
like while his is learning more English and mine is learning more Spanish.
Well, the food would always bridge that. Food and dancing, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
We both love eating, we both love dancing, so that should work.
Yes.
There you go. There you go. Now, Basti, if there's one Jamaican skill that you could master, what would that be?
I've been working hard at my patois, so I think I don't really need help with that. And I think I got my wine down, more or less. So I feel like I would ask for the cuisine, for the cooking skills.
Okay. All right. Cooking skills. And Brit, what Venezuelan skill you would love to master?
I think the dancing. I can't do none of that. I don't know. There's all kinds of different dancing.
We have a lot of different kinds of dancing.
Yeah, I think that's what I would like. I'm gonna need a different partner though because he don't do it either.
I think I was born to be Jamaican.
I think he was born to be Jamaican because the only thing he can do is wine. That's it.
Well, listen, guys, I appreciate you spending some time telling us your story, your journey, cultural differences. I have a quick game. It's a rapid fire game. And I'm going to ask some questions, and you're going to point at each other who is the guilty party. All right. So, are you guys ready?
Yes.
Who is the better cook? All right. Who is most likely to lose their phone? Who is the better cuddler? Who has the worst singing voice? Who is most likely to stay up really late watching TV? Who is most likely to be arrested?
I don't know.
Who orders the most packages?
Big time.
Who is book smart? Who is street smart? Who is a social butterfly?
I think it's more me.
You?
Yeah.
Who is a social butterfly? Oh, we did that.
I'm
Who
both.
spends the most money?
Most definitely.
Okay. All right. And who is most likely to make the family bankrupt?
Ooh.
It's gonna be me. I'll take it.
High risk, high reward is the game she plays.
So again, thank you, guys. If you had one piece of advice that you would give to couples who are navigating cultural differences in their relationship, what would that be?
I think it's to focus on the things that that bring you together, because I think in any relationship there's going to be differences, but if you focus on all the good and positive things, I think you're bound to like have fun with it, and you're bound to like appreciate each other's like culture and differences more. Yeah.
And have fun with it. Appreciate the differences. Find the interest in them. If you don't understand it, try to understand it.
Yes.
That's a key to it.
Yeah.
Awesome advice. All right, so here is how we end it. Again, Brit, I know you're learning Spanish, and Basti is already mastered. The Jamaican, and are getting I think he's getting there. So we're going to say, how would a Jamaican say goodbye? I need Basti. You'll tell me what you think a Jamaican says goodbye, and then Brit, how your the Venezuelan folks, how do they say goodbye? And that's how we're gonna end.
This is easy. Little more.
And I will say hasta luego.
Oh, very good.
All right, little more and hasta luego, and thank you again, guys.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you.